So in the brain, we have these two important systems. The GO system, the ancient GO circuit for helping us respond to natural rewards that are so important for our survival. And the STOP system, the more recent frontal lobe system, that's important for helping us consider when it's important not to go, not to act on the pull of that reward. When things are working right, the GO circuitry and the STOP circuitry really are interconnected and really talking to each other to help you weigh the consequences of a decision and decide when to go or not to go. So it's not that they're separable, they're interactive, they're interlinked at all times. It's just that it's interesting with our patient situation, it is as though they have become functionally disconnected. It is as though the GO system is sort of running off on its own, is a rogue system now, and is not interacting in a regular, seamless, integrated way with the STOP system.
This is the trigger, all of this around me. And you can turn around and look at all of that. And all of that's the trigger because all of this is where I'm from. And I've always used in this area. So you imagine the trigger is here. The trigger is not only up here, the trigger is when I walk out, open my eyes, and what I see.
The patient sees, smells, experiences things that remind them of their drug of abuse. And instead of being able to say, wait a minute, think about what happened last week. You lost your job, you almost lost your life. Instead, the STOP system doesn't seem to get into the picture at all. It's all about GO. One of the exciting things about now, in terms of our understanding addiction, is that for the first time in all of human history, we can peek inside the brain and see what may be broken. And if we can see what's broken, we have an idea about how to go about fixing it. We wanted to understand how little does it take to get this sensitive reward circuit activated and off to a head start. So what we've noticed in the past year is that the system can be activated when we show pictures that are as short as 33 milliseconds, with things that are so short that they are outside awareness. So what's really difficult here for the STOP system is we know that the message doesn't even have a chance to get up to the frontal lobes for them to weigh in. It's coming in under the radar before you have a chance to mount a defense. So what's so impressive to me is that this GO system is so incredibly sensitive that while many of the things we experience are multiple seconds long, they don't have to be to get it going. And for our patients, I think it will be a helpful piece of news because for them, they sometimes couldn't point to the cue or label the cue that set off this craving state. If this kind of moment arises so quickly, we need something to be in place to sort of bring things into a manageable range before the challenge of a GO moment. We've begun to study a medication that would help quiet things down, that would sort of like tune down the volume on the GO system. This medication called baclofen, it's familiar, it's been around a long time, but we found that it can reduce the activity in this system a little bit, bringing it sort of into a more manageable range. So what this picture shows is that in patients who are untreated, who have no medication, who see half-second cocaine cues, the brain has an intense dialogue. One way to think about this picture is that you're seeing a visual representation of let's go for it. And you can tell that it's a very intense dialogue because of these very hot spots. On the other hand, when we look at patients who are treated for 7 days with baclofen, what you can see is that now this intense conversation has been reduced to a whisper. It's not that the brain is dead, there's activity, but instead of go, 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 it's, I don't know, doesn't seem like it's worth going. And so the hope is that you would have a chance for the frontal lobe to do its thing, to be able to weigh in and have a chance to put into place good decision making.
I do not want to live my life under the grips of my addiction. I will be an addict, probably. I will be an addict all my life, but I want to not be an addict using.
So the hope of the future is medications and behavioral treatments that can combine to literally reset the brain.